coming to you live from Tennessee, from the east to the west. We are talking Cowboys everything. And you just entered
the Cowboy Zone.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of the Cowboy Zone. This is Marcus Jones coming to you live from Memphis, Tennessee.
And this is Lambo with Cowboys, y'all, from Johnson City, Tennessee.
All right, everybody, thank you for joining us this week. We got a great episode for you guys. Before we get started, make sure you guys go out and share. Make sure you share it to your personal page, share it to your favorite page. Tonight, we got a lot of topics to go through, and we want to get you guys feedback. But make sure you fill up those comments. We want to put you guys comments on the screen. We want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. But our focus for this week is training camp. I'm sure you guys know guys have started showing back up in camp. So we want to just talk about a little bit of the news that's been happening this week and kind of talk about what we expect from training camp starting off. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Appreciate you joining.
What's up, Jeff? Wear my jersey and cooler. We still ain't got we got to get to the 50 mark, and people stopped jumping in. So I have to remind them about it again on this show and see if we can get to 50 entries. Man, I apologize for being zoned out here. I'm trying to figure my light out again.
Yeah, we're working through technical difficulties, guys, so bear with us tonight. But we still appreciate you guys joining us. Again, let's get those comments up. Let's get those shares. Make sure you share us to your favorite page. We're going to talk about a lot of Cowboys news and notes. So, Lambo, how things been going for you, man?
Busy.
I can imagine.
So busy with for those that don't know, I got a 6-year-old, 4-year-old, 1-year-old, and a newborn. So it's busy. Lots of diapers. Haven't been able to keep up with a lot of the updates going on.
Yeah.
So glad I got you here with me.
Yeah. All right, so we got about 4 or 5 topics we're going to talk about tonight. And we will open the phone lines up at some point, and we want you guys to call in because we want to hear your opinion on all Cowboys notes. So make sure you stay with us. We're going to open the phone lines up soon so we can take some comments. Lambo, you got a certain topic you want to start off with tonight?
I think
I was going to start. If you don't have one, I was just going to start off with one.
I was curious about one thing. This was like 6 days ago, but someone had tweeted out, if Dak doesn't want to be here, then what do you make of the reports that he got involved at the very end to try and make the deal come together? And that was said to Brian Broaddus.
Yeah.
And Brian
I remember that.
Yeah, you seen that? And he said, I would have liked to see him give them more than just 2 hours to hammer it out. Just my opinion. That came off a little strange to me. I know he caught a little bit of heat on that. It's almost like it was kind of like towards Dak a little, like, Dak should have gave them more than 2 hours. I was curious what your thoughts were on that. 'Cause I love Broaddus. I'm not saying anything bad or anything, but
yeah, I
feel like the front office is the one that is more responsible than Dak coming in with 2 hours left. In a way,
that one really shocked me.
Yeah,
I heard that because I'm sure you respect Broaddus just as much as I do.
Oh, a ton.
So when he says something, you pretty much take it as like that's
the gospel. Yeah.
So for him to say something like that,
it made me think. It really made me just open my mind and think. Okay, is there a little bit more to this that we don't all know?
Right.
It's kind of how it made me feel because I listen to every word Broaddus says, so
definitely.
Him even giving that little slight hint of whatever that was made me think, well, dang, were they waiting? Were they? Who knows? Maybe all the information never really came out. Maybe they did tell him, come in when you're ready, and he came in with 2 hours to go. Who knows?
Now I did hear a story. I can't remember where I heard it from, and I hate I didn't write it down. But I heard a story that the conversation was after Zeke signed his contract that the Cowboys did have a contract in place for Dak.
Wow.
Dak was interested in that contract, but at that point he had changed agents, and he brought in Todd France and CAA, and those guys are vultures when it comes to negotiations. I mean, look at the contract that Joey Bosa just got. That ridiculous contract.
We could have got Dak for that contract like a year or two ago.
Right. So yeah, I heard they kind of pulled back on whatever talks Dak had kind of had, and they were like, "We're gonna just wait until the season's over before we talk." And Dak, trusting his agents, which a player should, kind of left it in their hands, and it was pretty much radio silence.
Yeah,
because of the ownership and the agency, and then in typical Cowboys player fashion, they try to bring the player in at the 11th hour to try to get a deal done, but at that point it was too late.
They probably thought that they could put the pressure on him and that he would give in, but I guess he held strong.
Yeah. So yeah, but in terms of him wanting to be here, I mean, I think he does want to be here. I can't see another thing that he would want to go to.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying that as a Cowboys fan. Like,
I mean, this is a blessed opportunity to be for this team with the young talent around. I agree.
Right. I mean, just looking at the landscape of the league, the Chiefs, maybe the Niners, maybe. Outside of that, what other team has the talent, the brand recognition, and just overall notoriety than Dallas? I can't think of one.
Yeah. I can't really think of any either.
Yeah.
Not one that's already got a piece in place.
Right, exactly.
And his brother, Colonel Bill, what's up?
Colonel Bill, appreciate you joining us, man. You're right. His brother does hate us.
That when his brother said that, I was a little bit like, oh wow. I wonder if it's coming straight from his brother. It made me wonder if deep down how upset Dak is the deal didn't get done. But
I mean, but from his brother's standpoint, I can't understand that. You got your brother here, you getting all the inside stories, and he's probably stressing out.
Yeah. And it's your family.
Yeah.
Like, I would react the same way if it was my brother.
Right.
I'd be like, look, you don't want my brother?
Right.
All right. I hope he plays for somebody else then. I'm sick of this.
Definitely. But yeah, I can't wait till Dak shows up at camp. He can go ahead and answer whatever questions they're gonna get to ask him, and then we just move forward. I think that's pretty much where I am right now. Like, he didn't sign a deal. He's here for a year. There's no reason to talk about Dak 2020. He's going to be our quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate we didn't get to brag on a contract.
I know.
I know I spent the entire last year guaranteeing he was going to get a deal done. I'm surprised nobody's hit me up about that. I just called my own self out. But
yeah, Colonel Bill, I just kind of talked about that. There was a report out saying there was a deal in place, and Dak kind of left it to his agents. And then in the 11th hour, he tried to get back involved. And at that point, it was just too late to make it go through. So we got him for 2020. I'm sure he's going to have a great season. I'm glad camp is starting so we can get this thing rolling. And before we talk about camp stuff, let's talk about this other topic that everybody calls Cowboys news, but I just didn't see it as Cowboys news. And that was the Jamal Adams trade. Now, I'm sure everybody knows about this, but for those of you that don't know, Seattle pretty much bet the farm on Jamal Adams. They gave him 2 firsts, a third, and a starting player. Starting safety.
Now, now that you put that out there, for I'm sure everybody, like you said, everybody knows, but for those that don't and that are mad about it, I don't like. I wanted Jamal Adams as much as the next guy, but there's no way I would have wanted us to give up that much for him. Yeah, I wouldn't have been cool with that.
Right.
That's a little hefty, and he's still. They better hope they get his. They better hope they get him a deal done next off season, or that's really gonna hurt.
Exactly. Because they just went through the same thing with Earl Thomas last year. They promised him a deal, he didn't get it. talked his way out. And Jamal Adams just showed he could talk his way out of a deal, out of a city. So
Yeah.
it could repeat itself again. But I really thought there was zero chance of him coming here. I don't know about you, Lambo. Did you really think there was a shot that we would make a trade for him?
I thought there was like a 15% chance. But
I just felt like I didn't know the asking price would be this much, first of all.
I didn't either.
I
I thought
knew-
I thought it's something they could make happen, but I thought a Dak deal would have needed to be done in order for it to happen, which didn't happen.
I thought the deal would have taken 2 first, and that was too much for me. So because of that, I thought it wouldn't happen. But 2 first, the third, just way too much. Missy, what's skipping? Can you tell me what's skipping? But yeah, everybody tried to make this Cowboys news just because he said once or twice. Asking price too high, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just we have a technical difficulty we haven't quite figured out yet. It's if we talk at the same time, Marcus's mic cuts out. It's some kind of technical glitch we're trying to figure out that we ain't got a hold of yet. But for some reason, if I go to talk, my mic will. I don't know what I don't know what it is. We ain't figured it out yet. We've tried a lot of stuff,
Still
but
working on it.
yeah, it cuts his out. So if I pause, and then he goes, it's completely clear. So I have to try to make sure I don't come in at the same time too much till we get that figured out.
So yeah, like Jeff said, New York robbed Seattle in that trade. I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now if they could just land the picks, like my friend that's in my fantasy football league that we do every year, he's a diehard Jets fan. He was still mad even after what they got because he says a Jets fan. He's like most of our picks end up being busts anyway. He's like I wouldn't have got rid of them. So he's really mad about it.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think this trade changes the landscape of the NFC? Like, do you think this makes the Seattle Seahawks a powerhouse?
Yeah.
You do?
I kind of do. I think they were a threat as it was, but you add him into their defense, I think that just makes them even more of a contender. I'm curious to see between them and the Niners how this shakes out now in their division over there.
I like Jamal Adams a lot, but Seattle has a lot of front seven problems. They rely heavily on Bobby Wagner to hide a lot of their flaws. And right now, they don't have a starting right defensive end because Clowney's not coming back.
Right. This will definitely help that D-line a little bit, maybe.
It will. You're right.
But, yeah, that's true, though.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
What's going on, Philip? Dallas Super Bowl 6. Appreciate you joining us tonight.
What's up, y'all?
Let me ask you this. I love that, by the way. I love my Super T.
Really, this is my first time trying it. We're not endorsed, but it's like we're from the South, so of course we love sweet tea. But I drank so much sweet tea that I was like, we got to cut it out a little bit, and it's not healthy for us. And this stuff's got like total sugar is 1 gram, so I'm trying to cut down on the super sweet tea.
Right. All right, Lambo, let me ask you this, because I don't think this helps them a lot. Where did you think Seattle was before, and where do you think this puts them at now?
As far as like what
did you think
seed they would make it into?
Yeah, did they go from like the number 5 seed to number 2?
I put them. I was thinking of them more as like a 6 or 5 seed team, and this kind of puts them in that 3 range to me.
Okay. I can't argue with you on that one. I'm just not as big on the impact of a strong safety changing the team.
Yeah.
Like I think he's gonna make an impact, but I can't see him just making them 2 games better than they would have been without him.
I hope that's the case, because then I won't be as mad about us not being able to get him. Yeah, he's definitely no Dion. That's for sure.
Right, exactly. All right, let's get off of the Seattle talk. Now let's talk about what's been going on around the league. And
sad news.
hold your emotions back, Level. I know how you can go on this one. But players have started coming to camp, and they've been given the option to opt out this season. And I think the deadline is Monday or Wednesday of next week. And to date, I think we have 11 players who have opted out. Half of them come from New England. I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah.
What do you think about these guys opting out for the year?
I know that's such a touchy subject, so not everybody will agree with me, but I don't agree with it, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm just a civilian, normal civilian. I think about I can't opt out of my job or I ain't getting paid.
Exactly.
It just bums me out. I don't know.
Jeff has been telling me this for the past month.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
I really do. At this point, every time I look, there's another guy opting out, and I'm like, okay, if this keeps happening, eventually he's gonna lead to some. It could lead to that.
Right. And to speak on that, I don't know if you caught up with the news today, but the Buffalo Bills sent all of their rookies home because 5 guys tested positive. So they shut down camp for the rest of this week. So I don't know if that's going to be a trend.
Yeah.
Or if those guys may say, you know what, I'm not coming back. It could be devastating.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. We see Zeke had it. You see he was smiling and playing video games, chilling. I mean, these guys are athletic freaks. They're so healthy. And I don't know. It's tough. It's real tough. And I know we had Stephen Guidry, the undrafted rookie. He opted out.
Yeah. Yeah, we can get to that. Before we talk about the Cowboy players specifically,
okay.
Let me say this about what's going on. And this is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
These guys don't work for a full calendar year like we all do, 9 to 5.
Yeah,
they
sure.
work 3 months out of the year, so 4 months out of the year. To me, these guys make enough money to that if they were serious about their craft, they would spend the money to isolate themselves for 4 months. I mean, some of these guys are leaving millions of dollars on the table.
You make a great point that I ain't even thought about. So I'm not saying all players,
right?
But a lot of the players that are considering opting out are the same players that been going to the bars and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can go party with your friends and do all this stuff, but you can't play with just your teammates on the field. And I mean, it's not like you can't separate from all the other personnel in the stadiums and the fans and all that. You can be separated from all them. You just play with only your players, only your friends, teammates. You can hang out with them outside of football, but you can't hang out with them while you're doing your work together. That's why, like you said, that brings that point to mind and makes it kind of even that's where I'm at on it pretty much. I know not everybody agrees with that, but I mean, if that's the case, like you said, why are you not doing this at home during the off season? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But Maurice Kennedy, I almost feel like it was a business decision more for him than it was.
We can move to that now. You're right.
I'm trying not to push to it.
Go ahead.
It just led right into me thinking
Cowboys news, baby. Let's talk about
look at all the competition that's in front of him right now. And if I'm not wrong, them opting out still, he gets paid, don't he?
He does get paid. He gets $150.
He had a great chance of being cut, and I think he knows that.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you think about the cornerbacks on our depth chart and run through them, we got Awuzie, we got Diggs, we got Brown, we got Lewis. That's already 4 that I know for sure will be ahead of him, and I think Worley would be ahead of him too.
And Robinson is gonna make.
And that's not including Robinson. And then Goodwin, and I'm at 7 right there. I think Kennedy knows that. I mean, there was that possibility, so why not get the bag and not have to do anything but chill at the house?
Exactly.
I mean, it just makes it too easy.
And he gets paid for it, because I was in another chat because I visit other people's podcasts and chats, and I was making a point. If Kennedy gets cut and he makes it to the practice squad, he was gonna make $128,000 this year. He's getting paid $150 not to play at all. So he's getting a bonus to not even play.
Yeah, he just got an upgrade in pay.
Exactly.
To opt out. Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like the NFL is doing it to themselves if the season gets put in jeopardy. It's weird.
Yeah, Philip Mullins made a good point, and I want to comment on this. He says they need to work year-round on their bodies and working out, and anytime they go out, them in the spotlight. I mean, I agree with that. My point was these guys make hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. I understand they have to work out and they have to do that, but they make enough money to where if they take this job serious, they can pay to be able to work out and to be able to train and to keep themselves safe. It's not like they're getting thrown out there with the rest of us and have to go play football.
I mean, these guys make the kind of money that we can't even think about. Like, they could rent the entire gym for the day to themselves easily.
And have it cleaned out before and after.
If they don't have one in their house like most already do.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's yeah, Jeff, it's touchy. It's touchy because it threatens football, and that's touchy too. It threatens football, and I don't know. I guess it's just hard for me to think about it from a different aspect. I've tried, but I just guess I got so much family and friends that have worked this entire time that are around different people every single day, all day long for $15, $16 an hour. And then I think about how all the safety standards that will be in place for people like these NFL players that they just really, there'll be lots of safety standards in place for these guys. It's not like, they're going to have to walk through the hallway slapping five with every fan in the crowd. And
exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just want to see football, man. And I think there's a safe way for them to do it.
And for Kennedy, this is even smarter because next year either a Woozy or Lewis or both are gone. Maybe even Brown.
You think Brown? Even on that with the deal?
Well,
it depends what his guarantee. I guess what his did money is. I haven't looked at that.
I think it would be about even, if not a couple $100,000 savings, if they decide to let him go. It wouldn't be a cap hit like this year. If we cut him, it'd be like a $4 million cap hit.
Yeah,
but I think next year it'll be either break even or save like $500,000.
Yeah, they would do that.
Right, but if Kennedy decides to come back next year, they have him under contract.
Yeah, so he's only on a 1-year deal, right?
He's on a 1-year deal.
So that just pushes out to next year. So we still have him on the 1-year deal. Okay.
Exactly. So he comes back next year under contract. We may be 1 or 2, and Darryl Worley's on a 1-year deal. So we may be 3 guys down who are in front of him. He comes back, and he's penciled in at worst number 5 DB.
That's almost a blessing in disguise in a way.
Exactly.
It's definitely good for him. It works out for him, and it could work out for us in some strange way. Because if he would have ended up being a cut, likely, or possibly, like you said, we lose a guy or two, we could definitely use him around next year.
Yeah.
Jaylen's going to shine this year.
The one that shocked me was Stephen Guidry, the undrafted rookie wide receiver.
Yeah. That shocks me too.
Yeah. I mean, as an undrafted guy, you have 0 opportunities to make a team if you sit out a year. That's my opinion. I mean, nobody's seen you on an NFL field. You're a year older and a year away from football, and then next year there's going to be a new crop of young pups who are going to be cheaper, younger, faster, who are going to be competing with you. And now you just took a year off without getting any money from it.
Yeah, that one is the one that shocked me the most as well. Like, these guys' chances of getting the NFL is so slim. And you're going to, I don't know, that's risky to me.
Mm-hmm.
That is very risky. Like, all the undrafted free agents that will be wide receivers and draft picks that'll be trying to make rosters next year. Even more guys to fight with. Who knows? I don't know. That's a big gamble. If I was an undrafted dude, man, I'd be trying to make the team if it was the Black Plague going on or whatever it was. Is that what it was called? England or London or UK a long time? Yeah. I don't care, man. If I'm an undrafted guy, you better figure something out, man. You gotta make.
And especially at a position like receiver, because if you look at the guys ahead of him, Jon'Vale Johnson has injury problems. Devin Smith has injury problems. Noah Brown has injury problems. Cedric Wilson has injury problems.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you take the whole COVID situation out, one or two of those guys are going to get hurt, and you're going to be sitting there on the practice squad with a chance to make the roster.
And they don't even have to be a serious injury. They could just miss a month, and that would be enough.
Yeah. I mean, look at Ventrell Bryant last year. I still don't know who this guy is, and he was on the team the whole year.
I feel like I don't either. It's like one of the players on the team that I know the least about.
Right. But he was on the team for like 13 weeks. So a position like that, like, I don't know, I would have to risk it. And he will make a whole lot more money making a roster as a fifth guy.
Yeah.
So while we're on players opting out, there was some talk a couple of weeks ago that D Law was considering it because his wife was pregnant. The deadline hasn't passed yet. So what do you think about him possibly opting out, and what would that do to the team?
I could deal with Kennedy and Guidry easily, but that would be brutal. That would be brutal. That one is even more touchy to me personally because my wife was pregnant during this entire thing, and we both we just carried on with our daily routines in life and work. But yeah, man, that would hurt. That would hurt. That would be a season ruiner, possibly.
You think so?
I really do. I don't feel confident. I don't think unless they found a way to bring in a guy like Griffin or something, they would have to bring in someone, in my opinion. I'm not saying that we don't have good depth,
right?
But he's a game changer. He's a game changer.
And I believe if a guy opts out of the season, that his salary comes off of the salary cap for this year too. So if he were to do that, that would save us about $21 million on the cap. So there's a lot we could do with that money if something happened, he decided to opt out.
A 1-year rental on Clowney coming right up.
I mean, we could get Clowney plus another piece with that kind of money.
Well,
I don't know if
I might be better.
Now that you think about it,
yeah.
But yeah, let me ask you this question while we're on that topic, because you kind of talked about it. Let's say, what position do you think would just completely devastate the team if the star of that position were to opt out? Outside of Dak, because I know we can have a quarterback.
I was initially I thought quarterback, but then I'm very confident in the backup we have.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Sid, man? I did get a chance to catch your podcast because you came on right before us, but I promise you, as soon as this goes off, I'm gonna check out your podcast. Sid Hogan, man, thank you for joining us tonight.
I'm thinking here. And that's a good question, Philip. I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, Philip, we'll get to your question right after Lambo and I talk about this topic.
Thank you, Sid. Appreciate that. I don't know. Like I Jeffrey said running back, but man, I'm really as long as he can stay healthy, which he's shown to so far with his limited work. I feel good about Pollard if Zeke went down.
Yeah. I got a position in mind.
Left tackle, probably.
Okay.
I mean, but that's I feel that way every season about left tackle.
Yeah.
That if Tyron Smith goes down, it kind of creates a little bit of havoc for us. If he's out.
I didn't think of that one, but that's a really good one.
Yeah.
That will completely shuffle our line. I was gonna say,
and if they put Cam Irvin out there, then
no,
we might have a Chaz Green 2.0 situation.
No, please don't do that. We would have to cancel the season if that happened for real. I don't want Cam Irvin as my starting left tackle for the year. I was gonna say middle linebacker. Actually, I feel like if we lost one of our linebackers right now, the domino effect would just be dramatic because everybody's so injury prone.
Yeah, and
And
that's the likely thing.
Right. At some point this year, let's say if Jalen was the one that opted out, oh my goodness. But let's say Jalen opted out. Now we got Van Der Esch, Sean Lee, and who? Gifford.
Joe Thomas.
Linebackers. At some point this year, if that happened, we'd be down 3 linebackers in the game. 3 starters.
We know Francis Bernard would be on the active roster probably. Then
he probably would.
He'd get bumped up.
Yeah.
Of course, not saying he would make any difference, but Sid, I think he joined right after that. We got off that. We literally just talked about that. That's funny you brought that up.
Yeah, we just talked about D-Law talked about opting out, and what would that do to affect the season?
Yeah, I said I thought it would have a huge impact, like a serious impact. But Marcus brought up a point. And
if a player opts out, I believe his contract comes off of the salary cap this year. So if D-Law were to opt out, that would open up about $20 million for us this year.
1 year rental for Clowney and maybe another dude like me and Mark. That might we'd still pan out okay with that situation. So
I don't think it'd be terrible, but yeah. You want to open the phone lines up, or you want to go to another topic?
Yeah, we can open them. Do you want to get that question from Philip first or after the phone?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, Philip, thank you. Make sure you guys keep filling up the comment line too. We want to get your comments up here. So, if a shortened season if it is a shortened season, would you really respect the championship waiver the circumstances?
Yeah, it would kind of like I probably it's been so long that I guess I'd still be excited, but it would take a little bit of the bragging rights out of it for me.
Okay.
Like other fans would constantly pick at us. It don't matter if we won it or not. We would not get no respect from no one, man. They'd be like, yeah, y'all can't win it in a full season.
If we would have won the championship, I don't care if it was flag football. I'm getting the T-shirt, the hat, the jersey. I'm buying a replica ring. I'm changing all my stuff to 6-time champs.
And we got to go make the run with Kyle Yeomans.
6-time champ, kiss my ass. That would be my tagline for the whole year. I don't care.
Yeah. I know we told Kyle Yeomans that we'd have to come out to Texas and do the run to the Star and back with him if we won the Super Bowl. So we'd have to make that trip too.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we definitely got a collab song. I already got something in mind. Hopefully we can connect on that as well. But yeah, like you said, Jeff, it would have an asterisk on it. I don't care. I'll take that chip proudly.
Yeah, we'd be back tied at number 1.
Yep. All right, so did you want to go to the phone lines? Or do you want to hit up another topic?
Yeah, if we can get some callers, that'd be cool.
All right.
If anybody wants to.
Let's see if I can find this thing. I tried to change some stuff, so I'm working through some new stuff now. All right, so I got the phone lines pulled up. So if anybody wants to call in, you're welcome to. I got a couple more topics on the list, but if you guys want to call in and talk about something we just talked about, or you want to bring us a new topic, we're open. Phone lines are open. Let us know what you guys think.
I wanted to ask y'all's opinion here. So RJ Ochoa just tweeted, Dak Prescott did a little trial between ranch and blue cheese, and he said ranch over blue cheese. What y'all think?
You say that as if you like blue cheese over ranch, Lambo.
Yeah, it depends on the mood. I'd say like 70% of the time I say ranch.
Okay.
But then there's some times where I'll throw in I'll feel a little crazy and I'll be like, yeah, let me get blue cheese.
It's been a lot of Dak love on social media lately. I noticed that. I guess everybody's giving him a pass because his birthday was yesterday.
I guess I have seen him more than usual too. At least there's that going on.
For sure.
Definitely Ranch. Yeah, I say Ranch will get the majority. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody call in so I can check the phone lines, though.
While we're waiting on the call, funny story about Ranch.
Okay.
Where, we're in Tennessee. There's some accents out here. My wife's got a pretty strong one. And we were at a restaurant one day, and they were asking her what she kind of dressing she wanted on her salad. And she was like, I'm trying to remember how she said it. She said ranch, and she said she said French, and the lady said ranch. But so my wife, when she said French, she said French, and the lady was like, "Oh, ranch." She was like, "No, French," and they did it like 3 times. And she's like, "French." She's like, "Oh, French," and she's like, "Yeah, French." It cracked me up, man.
Oh, we got a phone call.
Let's do it.
514
French.
All right, 514. You're on the air. Who am I speaking with? Hello, 514.
Yellow.
Okay, the audio's here. 514.
Where's 514 out of?
I see they're still here. 514. You're on the air. Okay, I heard that, but I didn't hear them talking. So the audio works. 514. Can you try to call back again, please?
Or type in the comments if you were having or something technical issue.
And Artrice, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
Ranch, 3 ranches. Yeah. Sorry, blue cheese.
See if he'll let me call him back. Okay. Hello, 514. You're on the air.
What's up, fellas?
Oh, Sid, what's up?
What's up, Sid?
What's up, man?
It's crazy. I know your voice already.
It's your boy, Sid.
Calling all the way from Ontario, Canada, right?
No, I'm in Montreal, Canada.
Montreal, Canada. Sorry about that.
No, it's good, man. It's good, man. Listen, I just wanted to call in and show you guys some love. Keep doing what you guys are doing, man. It's a grind out there. The more bloggers we have, the bigger Cowboy Nation is, and let's get it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. I agree. Let's work together.
Yeah, man. So we got to collab soon, man. So I'll have you guys on my show. I can come on your show, whatever you guys like. Let's make it happen, man.
Man, we're ready, definitely. So
yeah, man, 100%.
But before you go, I don't know if you guys know, but Sid also has a show. Is it called It's Your Boy Sid?
No, it's called my show is Dallas Cowboys 4 Life, like the number 4 Life. I push you guys too. I told people to go subscribe to your channel.
Yeah. So
like I said, guys, it's a grind. I started off in December, and it's something that you have to work on every day. And
definitely,
we'll help each other out. I think that's the best way for everyone to grow.
For sure.
But I do have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you guys think there's going to be an NFL season?
I think we have different opinions.
I think I started off with like 100% hope, and like weekly, I feel like I'm bumping it down a little, and I feel like I'm at the mark of about, I'd say right now I'm starting to feel like there's like a 68% chance, which is lower than I would like to say, I think.
For me,
yeah, man,
I feel like there's too much money involved for them to cancel the season. I feel like something's got to happen this year for them to make money, because the way the salary cap works, the next year's cap is based off what the last year made. So if they don't have a season, that's gonna be a domino effect for at least the next 3.
Yeah.
No, 100%, man. Either way, this whole COVID is going to affect the cap next year. The cap has been $10 million every year for the last 10 years. So this has already started with no fans in the stands in some stadiums, and all that stuff is going to definitely hit the cap. And I don't think we're going to have the same cap next year because of this.
Right.
But there will be more money because of the TV deal coming in.
Yeah.
that's where everything's gonna balance out. So I'm curious to know what's gonna happen, guys. Thanks for having me on. Big up. I'm gonna keep watching you guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, click that subscribe button, and I'll definitely push you guys on my channel as well.
Appreciate that. And before you go see it, let everybody know the day and time that they can find you online.
Listen, I go online when I just did a live stream. I'm doing a live stream tomorrow with Big Game James and J Tuck tomorrow night.
Oh man, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one tomorrow night. I have another stream with Meg Murray from the SB Nation next Monday. Listen,
the second half of Girls Talking Boys.
Yep. Yeah. So when I get people on my show, and I just book them when I can. I don't have a set date, and I just go live, man. And that's how I drive as much traffic as I do and get the fans out there to like my content.
Okay. Yeah. I heard your episode with Kelsey Charles, the other half of Girls Talking Boys. That was a good episode. So I'm interested to hear you and Meg Murray together. I'm sure Kelsey will probably pop in.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. You guys listen, like I said, whenever you guys are ready, hit me up on Twitter. We'll set something up, and I'll have you guys on the show, and we'll definitely talk some Cowboys.
Oh man, definitely.
Appreciate you, Sid.
All right, you guys have a good night, man. You guys take care, man.
All right, man.
You too, bro.
Yeah. Lambo, I don't know if you follow Sid. Sid is a really good guy. He very knowledgeable about the Cowboys.
Yeah, I caught a show one time.
Yeah, okay.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, he's had some great guests as well. So just one of the many great Cowboy bloggers we got out there. All of us out here grinding. We all support each other, as you can see.
It's like the underground's growing as a team.
Exactly. I can remember because I've been listening to Cowboy blogs for years. I can remember 2 years ago, if it wasn't on DallasCowboys.com, I really couldn't find any good content.
Same here.
Yeah.
I would refresh the internet 10 times a day.
Got another call coming in. All right, 972, you're on there.
This is Colonel, brother. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Colonel Bill?
Colonel Bill, what's going on?
Just making it, my man. I just calling to give y'all a shout out from the Metroplex. You know, I don't know if y'all heard. I'm sure y'all have heard this too, that they canceled all of our season ticket holders down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they have given us the option to buy single game tickets.
Okay.
But it's only certain games too.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I'm hoping there's a season. I'm at that point with it, you know.
That's crazy.
Did they put a limit on how many tickets they said they would sell for the games?
No, but they did say that they are limiting us.
Okay.
You can only buy a limited amount of tickets too. So
are you selling helmets, Colonel Bill? I remember you. I know you've done a lot of those custom helmets. I figured if you were selling
I do custom helmets. Yes.
Yeah. So, Colonel Bill, if y'all see him in the comments here, I think he's commenting on my Cowboys Yaw feed. Colonel Bill, he does some awesome custom Dallas Cowboys helmets. So if y'all are looking to get a custom Cowboy helmet, hit him up.
Yeah, for sure. So, Colonel Bill, how long have you been a season ticket holder?
How long? I'm sorry, what now?
How long have you been a season ticket holder?
For 3 years now.
Okay.
I had them before, but then I lost my tickets. I had them for 15 years before.
Oh wow!
But then I lost my tickets I had family issues come up, and I couldn't hold my spot for a while, and I lost the reserves. You have to pay deposits and all sorts of stuff on them things just to hold your own seats. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for all y'all that don't know, Colonel Bill, he's a super fan for sure. Like, he is at every event you will find in the area that's Cowboys related. If it's Cowboys related, he's probably there. And
probably.
And he's got a lot of memorabilia, a lot. So
yeah, I'll have to give y'all a tour one day. I'll go through the house.
Yeah, appreciate that. So, Colonel Bill, you got a question for us or a comment? I appreciate the info about the
that's
tickets.
That's all I had, pretty much. I was just giving y'all a shout out from Dallas and let y'all know what was going on with the season ticket holders down here. They are still saying, that there's going to be tickets, so the season's still hopeful. But I'm like y'all, I'm at like 75% rate that there might be a season. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed.
Right.
Okay. Cowboy, Bill, before you go, see it, the guy who just called before, he says he would love to get a custom-made Cowboys helmet. So if you get a chance, first of all,
hit me up.
Make sure you go follow all his social media because he puts great content out as well. And make sure you guys can connect.
Okay, yeah. Get Brandon to hit me up with his name and stuff, man.
Okay.
All right, I'll hit you up.
We'll connect you guys.
And real quick, I don't know if you've talked with our buddy Barry with Cowboys experience lately. I need to hit him up and check on it. I haven't checked on any updates. I was curious, is it looking like there's going to be any
signings or anything?
Yeah, like we used to have those fun home game Saturdays at the.
No, it's still in the air. Usually we have stuff going on by now, y'all.
Yeah.
Signings usually going on by now. So, and there's nothing. I've been to one Jalen event, and that's it. That was it. And we were lucky to have it.
It's crazy, man. Everything slowed down.
Yes, for sure. I'll be glad when it's over.
Oh, yes. Me too.
All of us will be.
Yep.
All right.
All right, yeah. Well, I was just giving y'all a shout out, man. Y'all are doing a good job. Just keep it up.
All right. Thanks, Colonel Bill. Appreciate your call.
Thanks. Shout out to the True Blue crew.
Yes, sir. True Blue crew.
All right. Thanks. All right.
Y'all, bye.
Before we move on, Jeff put a great question up. And Jeff and I talk a lot. I don't think we've ever talked about this before. So this is a great question I've actually thought about. With all the talk about if we think the season's going to happen. And also, guys, make sure you share this. Share it to your personal page. Share it to your favorite page. Keep putting questions in the comments. We want to get all you guys' questions up here. So Jeff asked, what do we think would have to happen for them to cancel the season?
For me, I think it's got to be big names. Like, it's got to be someone that, like, the guys that you see get voted in the top 100 each year. You're going to need to see names coming off that list. Star quarterbacks, stuff that will change an entire division's, how everything finishes out for the season, for a particular division. Like if a guy like Aaron Rodgers opts out, what that would do to their division, how that would slingshot Minnesota into probably an easy divisional, maybe. Tom Brady, I don't think Tom Brady would.
Lambo, let me ask you this then. What would have to happen to that player? Would he just have to contract COVID and sit out for 2 weeks? Or would it have to be something worse than that?
I think if enough big names opted out, it could get to that point. I'm talking like players that completely take a team from a contender to no chance of the playoffs type caliber players. Just if enough of them opted out, I think, I don't know.
Yeah. See it. Jeff made the same comment earlier in the comments about the report. It's one of my favorite movies, by the way. So Lambo, you think they have to opt out, or do you think somebody has to actually get COVID and have to sit out 2 weeks?
I honestly think it could happen from either, as long as it's taking enough big name players out this season to where they're not going to suit up.
Now, for me, I don't want to go too dark, but I think something has to seriously happen to a major player before the season shuts down.
Like something dangerous or bad.
Yeah. I don't want to go too dark, but yeah.
That would probably definitely shut it down because the NFL don't want that on them.
And this happened early in the offseason, and I was kind of nervous about it. But one of the first players who contracted COVID was Miller from Denver.
Von
Miller,
yeah.
Von Miller contracted COVID. And Von Miller has asthma. So when he caught it, I was really concerned. Like, this could go left for a guy like that.
Yeah.
But he ended up recovering from it. So, like everybody said, if enough people cancel out the season, I still don't think that would stop the season.
You don't?
No.
It would be a weird season.
It would be, but
could you imagine like
they would put junior high kids in NFL jerseys and let them play if they could, because they get paid by playing games. Like, that TV contract, they don't care. It doesn't matter what the ratings are. As long as there's a game played every Sunday, they get that money.
If that's the case, and if that's the way, if enough players were opting out and not playing this season, I know that would make some young guys happy that are trying to get their foot in the door. That's for sure. I'd be chomping at the bits if I'm like a late round pick on somebody's team and the starter on the team ahead of me just opts out.
Yeah. I mean, even talking about that, I love college football. I enjoyed the XFL. I don't think we would get that level of football, but if we were to get lesser than what we get now, I would still really enjoy the season just because I'm that much of a fan. I mean, I know we're playing on the team anyway, so it's not like they could bring some guy up that I would have no clue about.
Yeah, like I get excited to watch Cowboy preseason games from start to finish when it's the fourth quarter and the third string's in. I'm sitting there glued to the TV still. Well, when we had preseason.
Yeah.
Not this year, but fantasy football, that would, as someone that loves fantasy football, that would actually make me feel more confident in winning. Because I always do so well finding the guys that I can grab late or off the waiver wire, and I feel like that would help a lot of guys that really focus on all the players around the league.
Yeah.
Against some of the guys that have no clue who these guys are stepping up, you can really get a grasp on your league that way if you know your stuff.
Yeah. Artrees, I see you make some good points. Throw a question out there for us, and guys, keep throwing questions out there. I know my guy Jeff is always putting them out there, and C is throwing some good questions. And Phil, let's hear from the rest of you guys, and let's share this so we can get more people involved.
Speaking of XFL, the only thing that comes to mind, because it's something me and Marcus talked about, is how I wish we would sign Marquette King to be our punter. He was still killing it last year. Well, we just went away. All right, we're back.
Yeah, that was a transition.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
It scared me for a second.
Yeah, Jeff did say the preseason would be coming.
Still mad about that.
But yeah.
I was already mad when it was cut to 2 games, and then they...
All right, let's move on to another Cowboys topic. It's kind of under the radar topic. Nobody really talks about it, but we signed Antoine Woods.
Yeah.
For you guys that don't know, Antoine Woods was under one of those extremely rare tags called the exclusive rights free agent tag. Basically, the only way you can end up getting that tag is if you were a player who was on the practice squad for 2 years, and then you ended up playing for a year and playing really good. And Antoine Woods was one of those guys. So he was out of his rookie contract, but he doesn't have enough accrued years to be considered a unrestricted free agent. So basically, Dallas made him an offer and he had to take it. But his only options were take what Dallas offered, which is basically the league minimum, or don't play. And he took this thing down to the last minute before he signed it.
Yeah. So that instantly bumps Tristan Hill down.
Probably off the team, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get something for him.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that with David Hellman last week, because he doesn't think we'll keep 5 D tackles.
And if that's the case, I'd well, the thing is, you only got Woods for what, a year?
Yeah, he's on a 1-year deal.
And Hill you got for another 3.
Yeah. But next year we could sign Woods to a restricted free agent tag.
Yeah.
He would still be able to hit free agency, but if anybody signed him, they would have to give us something in return. So I would say I would consider him a 2-year player.
Yeah. Right now, I definitely am taking Woods over Hill if it came to that. But ideally, I'd love to see Hill show some potential or just a little bit of something that we can hope for.
Do you think there's any chance that Woods starts over Poe? I know we haven't talked about that. You don't?
I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance, but I don't think it'll happen.
You know Poe is starting off on the pup list right now, right? So you don't know how long he's going to be on there.
That's true. That is true. I don't know, man. No.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Sid asked a good question. Who do we think will be lining up opposite D-Law?
I know who will be, but yeah, and that's just exactly how I feel about it. That's not like who I guess I would hope to see, but that's who we will see is Tyrone Crawford, right? That's not who I want to see lined up on the. He's not going to do nothing spectacular. He's just going to be there.
Yep.
But that's what I think. That's who I think will line up on the other side is Tyrone Crawford.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm glad we got Woods back though. We still need to make a couple other moves to me. And speaking of that, takes us to our next topic. So a couple of weeks ago, Stephen Jones was in an interview, and he made the statement that we'd like to make 1 or 2 moves before camp. I'll get on Crawford in a minute, see it. And actually, my answer to this question will probably talk about Crawford. But he said 1 or 2 moves. Lambo, what 2 moves do you think would be moves that you think we could make, like realistically? And everybody in the comments, let us know what 2 players you think the Cowboys will sign during training camp. Don't give me Clowney and another big name player. Give us a realistic answer.
I gotta think on it. Like, what moves could we make for free agents right now during training camp? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, like if there were 2 moves to be made, what 2 positions or 2 players in specific are you thinking? I've got my 2. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you'll probably say what I'm thinking.
All right, so my first move, this one needs to happen. I want Clay Matthews.
Okay.
For one, he can play middle linebacker if he had to play middle linebacker, because he did it for a year and a half in Green Bay. Second, if we do 3-4, he can play 3-4.
Yeah.
So he gives us versatility. And last, Tyrone Crawford is not a defensive end. I gotta keep saying it. He is a small defensive tackle.
Yeah.
He provides nothing in the pass rush. He's good against the run, but on a team like this, I want some pass rush. And I feel like Clay Matthews can come in and give us 6 to 7 sacks easily. I think if he can stay healthy, he's good enough to start over Crawford right now. So for me, the first move I want is Clay Matthews. And Jeff, I see Jeff put something up here. I'm not going Drake Kirkpatrick because I really like all of our corners.
Yeah, I love our corners right now.
1 to 8, I like all of our corners. I would go Snacks.
I was gonna say Snacks.
Really?
I was gonna say Snacks was one of the guys that was on my mind, but I was trying to think of another guy still. I was thinking it's crazy you say that because the 2 positions that were in my head were defensive tackle and linebacker, but I wasn't sure on linebacker, so I was still thinking. But you made a great point for Clay Matthews. You kind of sold me on it a little bit, and his leadership too would be great.
Yeah, and the familiarity with the head coach.
But Snacks was the guy that I had in my mind already.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be Snacks, but for me, I mean, Poe is starting off on PUP list, so that kind of concerns me. And we know Antoine Woods' injury history. We don't want to be in a situation like we were last year, where the only D tackle we had was Antoine Woods, and we had to throw guys in and hope they could hold up.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a third defensive tackle, and I think it has to be a one tech. So I know Hellman said he doesn't think we keep 5, but I think just because of the injuries in front of them, we have to keep a third D tackle.
Yeah, I would completely be on board with that.
All right. I hope I didn't steal yours now, Bo, because I'm interested to hear who your two are.
No, that was where I was with. Sorry, I was reading these comments. I was with that on. I was with you on Snacks. Actually, that's what I was gonna say. As far as one of them, my other one was linebacker.
Okay.
I was pulling up Spot Rack to try to see what the current free agent market was looking like. And
Malcolm Smith is still out there.
Malcolm Smith is, and he did good with us too.
You think he's still old?
I think he's got some gas left in the tank. Ain't Clay Matthews older than Malcolm Smith? I feel like
probably, but I got to go with proven. Like,
yeah, he's proven.
Clay Matthews giving you 6 sacks a year, no matter what age. Jeff, I don't think Gallimore played the one in college, but I don't think he's an NFL one technique. And if something happened to Poe, I would not want to have Gallimore being basically our swing D tackle, where he has to play the 1 and 3, because you're just gonna wear the kid out. That's just my opinion. I want a real nose tackle to be our third one, even if we don't use him. If he'll come in and take $1.5 million, I'd rather have that security. And I mean, heck, the way Snacks plays against the run, I may let him start a game or two, because he can change. He's a difference maker when it comes to run defense. I know he has injury concerns, but if we got 3 legitimate D tackles, we can pretty much play those guys, all of them 30 to 35%. So now you got 3 healthy, energized, fat guys who can all play the run. And that's a great thing for your team. All right. Anybody else? Your 2 guys?
I'm trying to pull this list up still.
Archie's asked a question about Aaron Parker.
Yeah, Malcolm Smith, 31.
Yeah. So is Malcolm Smith the linebacker you were thinking? You have another one? What's
Michael Kendricks is out there.
Michael Kendricks?
Yeah.
What about the kid that played for the Giants last year? Came from the Rams. What's his name?
Alex Ogletree.
Alex Ogletree.
Alec Ogletree. That I'd be down with him too, but he's it just depends on what kind of linebacker you're looking for.
Yeah.
He's about what, 230?
Yeah, he is. He's kind of small.
So it depends. Yeah, like looking at the list, I mean, Clay Matthews makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
You got Bradham coming from Philly. He's only 30. So there's a few names out there.
Is Deron Lee still available?
Perfect. If you want a little bit of a troublemaker, just going to lay some people out. Who?
Deron Lee.
Darren Lee. I'm not seeing his name anymore. I bet he got picked up.
Okay.
Darren Lee.
I like him.
Yeah, I would. He's small, but man, the talent's there. If you could just, I'd like to see what he has. I think he's gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Artree's asked.
No, Darren Lee's still there.
Oh,
he's still there. Yeah, Ogletree's there. Mark Barron.
You know, that's surprising. All those
there's a lot of people, man.
That's really surprising.
You still got Ron. This is going off topic, but Ron Leary's still out there.
You're right. He's still out there. Well, yeah. Artree's asked about Aaron Parker. Honestly, don't really know a lot about him. I'm very impressed with his college stats. And from what I've heard, when I hear people describe him, they describe him as a Jarvis Landry type player. So I really like that.
Yeah, we did. There's not a lot of tape on him, but what we've seen or read up on him and everything that we've come across talking about him with who we talked about him with a few people. I think
Yeah.
Jet or
We talked about
Kyle
him with Kyle Yeomans.
Kyle Yeomans, yeah,
And
somebody art maybe
no Cowboy.
Yeah, but he's the biggest take is he's his consistency. Like he played for Rhode Island, I believe it was, so a small school.
Yeah, Rhode Island.
But I mean the numbers jump off the chart. I can't remember them exactly, but I know it was like 89 catches and like 1,600 yards or something like that last year.
Right.
Like the dude put up some nice numbers. He's got good size. I think he is the best undrafted wide receiver for sure that we picked up of the three between
and
him
he
and
just moved up a spot because Guidry sat down.
Yeah, with Guidry, and I think he's better than Rodgers. I think Rodgers has great potential, but I think Parker is better than both of those guys that we got undrafted. He's one of those guys I can't wait to see him. I think we probably won't get to see much of him this year, unfortunately.
I heard they set they've already set the scrimmage game to August 30th. So that's kind of the game we got to circle.
Yeah.
See if we can see anything about these guys. All right. I see we're over an hour. And if you guys have any other questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment line. We can put the phone line back up here again until we close the show out. If anybody wants to call in, you're welcome to call in. Let us know what you think.
And earlier, while we're waiting on the call, Clarence Hill Jr. tweeted 4 hours ago, the Cowboys are COVID-19 clear again today. No positive results for the Dallas Cowboys with COVID-19 right now. So that's a positive news update for the day.
Yeah. That's good.
All players are clear for the Cowboys right now.
And if anybody could separate the players from the rest of society and still have them living in first class accommodations is Jerry Jones. So once they get to camp and they get to the Star, I think we're gonna kind of avoid the bug. I think if we keep them separated.
Also, RJ Ochoa just 26 minutes ago shared that Stephen Jones says he's confident a deal with Dak Prescott will ultimately get done, and the team backs Dak 100%. They're confident a deal will get done. They back him 100%.
That's good here.
So that's good news.
Yeah, for sure. You know what's funny? Jerry's still been quiet. Have you noticed that?
He has. I've never seen him disappear for this long.
Mm-hmm. You think that's something else, or you think he's kind of letting Steven take the reins a little bit more?
I think it has a lot to do with. Hopefully, it doesn't have anything to do with health, and they're just keeping it secret. But I don't know. It almost seems like it could have to do with him just not being scared to put his foot in his mouth about hot topics going on in the world. There's so much going on around the NFL. I think Jerry's just scared to come out and say the wrong thing and it get twisted on him. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Right.
But because either way he goes on all the hot topics of today going on around the world, all the, everything that's just everything. I don't think there's anything. I just feel like he could say things and it'll be a bad result either way he says stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's too many opinions right now and there's too many views and there's so much going on that I think whatever he says will turn out not great for him.
Right, exactly.
It's just like when you're the Cowboys, it's just like being a Cowboys quarterback or being the Cowboys owner. Mm-hmm. You're going to do wrong no matter what you say.
Yeah.
So he's probably just waiting for everything to just die down, everything just get back to normal, and the world just start to rotate as it was before. And then I'm back. I'm ready to. I wish I could do Jeff Kavanaugh's voice. I would do it, but I would love to hear him do his voice right now.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't know. I think he's just like you said, Bill Quinn. He's smart. He don't want to. he don't want to say the wrong thing because
Right.
it would be real easy to twist Jerry's words right now.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got about 10 minutes left. Phone lines are still open if anybody wants to call in and talk about anything. I only have one more topic left to discuss tonight, and this is going into training camp and just talking about training camp battles.
Some good ones, too.
Lambo, what do you think is the biggest training camp battle for a starting spot?
Oh.
Or which one are you most looking forward to? Let me get both of them. Which one do you think is the biggest, and which one are you most looking forward to?
Okay, that makes it better. All right, so the biggest battle is going to be the center position, I believe.
Okay.
Because you could probably argue maybe even left guard, and there's a few other positions, but left tackle, right tackle going nowhere, right guard going nowhere. So there's going to be battles, I think, at left guard and center. Left guard, we've had a little bit of, well, not too much consistency with injuries, but I don't know. I feel like Connor Williams will kind of have a little bit of, if he's healthy, he will kind of get the first go at it. I'd like to see McGovern end up winning the job there, honestly. But I don't know. I feel like center's the biggest. Then again, I don't know. It'd be really easy to just throw Looney in there to start the year. He's done well at the position already. Biotish ain't going to have as much time to work and get used to things. McGovern's been hurt. But I don't know. I just look forward to center just because there's so many guys that could play center for us right now.
Okay. Artrice, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it, and make sure you stay safe out there.
We have 3 guys that could be starting centers for us.
Yeah. So you think center is the biggest one, or the one you're most looking forward to seeing?
It's not the biggest impact necessarily, but the biggest battle as far as I think it's wide open.
Okay.
But as far as what I'm most excited about seeing is how cornerback shakes out.
Okay. And as you say that, Kerry Teagle joins us. Thank you for joining us, Kerry. And this is the first thing he puts up there.
Right on time.
Right on time. Okay, so you can continue with cornerback, Lambo.
I'm most excited. Like Trayvon Diggs is one of the guys I'm most excited about on the entire team right now. I'm just so excited about him, and that's basically what it boils down to. I want to see him go out there and win the starting job. And in that third spot, I'm curious who gets that spot as well. I think it's going to be Brown, but it could get real choppy if Brown gets it over Lewis, in my opinion. And I just would like to see that battle between Brown and Lewis and see how that ends up. And, I think Lewis really, really wants that spot. Or he's really going to, I don't know, he can go easy.
Yeah.
We've talked about things could get a little chippy in that battle there, but
definitely.
I just want to see what happens. I want to see, and I'm not even, we still heard those Awuzie rumors. If those ever got put to rest, they're going to we haven't heard that be put to rest, so you never even know if he's even a lock to stay at corner.
Yeah. So for me, the most important and the one I'm most looking forward to seeing is cornerback.
Yeah.
Guard, I feel like it's going to be one of the Connors. If Williams is healthy, he's going to get the first crack. If not, it's McGovern's to lose. Same thing as center. I think Looney's got the spot.
Yeah, to start at least.
Yeah. I just think veteran, he's done it on a playoff team. You got to give him his credit. At cornerback, first of all, I don't know how many corners we're going to keep. I don't know how we're going to have the corners ranked. And I don't know who's going to start. So it's just so many questions there.
Right.
You went through the list earlier. You talked about Lewis and Brown, Awuzie, Worley, Robinson, and Diggs. That's 6 corners. Most teams normally keep 5. I think we're so deep we have to keep 6. But then you got CJ Goodwin, who I've heard from several sports experts say he's one of the top special teams players in the league. So you have to find a spot for him. So do you keep 7 corners, or
it's crazy?
does
David Hellman told us last week. I mean, he was vouching for Goodwin.
Yeah, he said he guarantees Goodwin gets a spot, and that was a shock to me.
He said he would take Goodwin over a few guys on that we had.
I don't know if you guys caught this last week, but David Hellman from DallasCowboys.com said he would keep C.J. Goodwin over Donovan Wilson, and I think me and Lambo both were floored on that one.
And we know he's a safety, by the way. We're just saying out of the entire secondary, he said rather than keeping 4 safeties?
Instead of keeping 4 safeties,
he would keep 3 safeties.
Uh-huh.
And add another corner on with Goodwin.
Yeah. Surprising. So
there's some flex. Some of those cornerbacks can play safety, so that does give us a little bit of.
I mean, Worley played 30% of his time in safety last year.
Yeah.
So, first of all, do we keep 7 corners, or does Goodwin push Worley or Robinson off the bottom of the 6? Who starts at corner? I still think Diggs starts the year off at corner.
I do too. Woozy and Diggs are my guys.
I actually think it's going to be Diggs and Worley.
I would be down for that, but I hope Awuzie can make a healthy transition to safety if that happens.
Hey, Kerry, when he said that, I almost fell out of my chair. But I respect him because he works for the team. And
yeah, we both eyes were just like,
yeah.
Is that okay?
But he said he guaranteed Goodwin gets a spot on the 53. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And I take his word for it. But I guess that means we're keeping 7 corners, or somebody's going to get cut that I don't expect.
It really threw us off because the list is already so deep, and I'm not getting rid of Robinson that we just drafted.
Right. I'm not taking that chance.
Worley ain't going nowhere. That guy's got talent.
That leaves your 3 guys left from last year.
That's where we came up with our Lewis, our little bit of our the prediction we had on him that isn't too popular. Is where we thought maybe Lewis could be a guy that gets put on the trade radar that no one's really expecting that to happen. No. And we had a reason for that. It's because we feel like if Brown does win that job, is Lewis really going to be cool getting bumped down to 4th cornerback? And then you got Worley, or even behind Worley possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to be cool with that.
Yeah.
He might get a little upset. I think he's the kind of dude that would speak up on the matter and one out if that were to happen, where if he's not one of those top 3 positions.
Right. And then when you look at the whole COVID situation, let's say there's a team let's use New England, for example, because everybody's opting out there. Let's say whoever starts opposite Gilmore,
including Brady.
I don't know who that corner is. Whoever that corner is, if he opts out and they're looking for a number 2 corner, what better team than Dallas to come and find one? You got 2 guys who are starting corners who on the last year of their deals, and one of them's going to probably be gone. So if I was New England, I would call Dallas and say, look, let me give you a 5th for a Woozy or Lewis. That could become a 4th based off playing time. And that could happen to me.
Yeah.
Kerry Teagle asked a good question. Why do we think they gave Brown a 3-year deal before either one of the other guys? I don't know.
He did grade. He had a better coverage grade actually than Jordan Lewis, which a lot of people didn't think. Everybody thought that he was better than Brown, but Brown actually graded better.
And my thing is, Brown wasn't given this deal before the new coaches came. Apparently, whoever the coaches are, they like something about Brown to tell Jerry, look, we need to sign this guy to a deal to keep him here for a couple of years. So that wasn't something Jerry did. That was something that was done with the new coaches looking at tape. So somebody likes him. I don't know why. I mean, like Lambo just said, he graded out pretty well, but somebody likes him. They want him here. So to me, that says something. I don't know if that says he's going to be a starter, but to me, it says somebody wants him here, and they want him to be a part of this secondary. And Jeff, you said a fifth. I mean, look at the landscape of the league. Now, take your Cowboys fan hat off for a second. How many games has Lewis started? Like, seriously. I know we love him, but look at it from the outside looking in. He was a 3rd-round pick 4 years ago. He probably has maybe 10 starts under his belt. What can you offer them? Why would you offer them more than a fifth for him?
Yeah, I couldn't give him much higher than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think and we like him. It probably don't sound like it from us saying this.
Yeah.
Like we would probably both rather see him over Brown.
Definitely.
So it's not that at all. It's just kind of what we think the team thinks, what we think the team would do.
Okay, Jeff said for Cheeto too. Okay, let's be realistic about Cheeto. Did Cheeto show you anything that made you think he's going to be a star last year?
He showed me he needs to get his head around.
I mean, even if
the ball's in there.
Let's go back to 2019. What did Seattle give up for Clowney in the last year of his deal? They gave up a 3rd. So if Clowney went for a 3rd last year, you think Cheeto's going for a 3rd? Nah. That's the only, and I said it could go up to a 4th based on playing time, but I think that's all you can get. Back to what I was saying. I think it's a couple of positions in the NFL where you just have to put the most talented player on the field. Running back, linebacker, and corner. If a guy is the most talented guy at that position, you put him out there because those positions are based on athleticism to me. Athleticism and instincts.
Yeah.
On top of that, he knows how to find the ball. He knows how to play the ball. So that gives him an advantage over at least 3 corners we have now. So if I would have lined all these guys up, Brown, Lewis, Awuzie, and Diggs. Diggs is the tallest. Diggs is probably the fastest. I've seen him on tape find the ball.
Yeah, he's consistently gets his hit around, and part of that's because of how much wide receiver he played.
Exactly.
And his brother is Stephon Diggs.
Exactly. So if I put all 4 of these guys up and I see Diggs with all this, and the only thing you're going to tell me is, well, those other guys have been in the league for 4 years, but they've been underperforming for whatever reason, I think I'd rather give the young guy a shot. I know it's going to lead to some growing pains, but I feel like he's going to give me more good than bad.
Yeah.
And I just think Worley, people look at his speed. I just think he's great at covering.
He is. I wish I had all my notes on Worley that I had before, like a few episodes or so back when we did I think it was way back when we did the 53-man roster rundown stuff. But
yeah,
Worley had some impressive grades and stuff.
And I just like Worley's mentality. He's a smart corner. He's gonna come in and be a leader. When you're starting camp, especially the way we're gonna start camp this year, and you've got a guy who's 6'2", he's been in the league 5 years. He started every year he's played.
Mm-hmm.
He's smart.
He's only 25 years old.
He's only 25, and he's gonna walk in and be the leader of the position group. It's gonna be hard to keep him off the field.
Yeah, and they had a very impressive show with Darryl Worley over there with Big Game James and Law Nation and them.
The late night hype, that was a good show.
They were very impressed with him and everything he had to say too.
Yeah. Outside of their 4.6 speed, there's really nothing bad you can say about him. And if our D-line holds up the way we think, their 4.6 speed won't be much of a factor.
Very right.
Can't run go routes all the time.
If Darryl Worley could get a starting nod opposite of Trayvon Diggs, and Woozie did get the shift to one of those safety positions, I feel like that could really turn things around for Woozie. I know it's not popular to do that in the last year of your contract as a cornerback, especially knowing that cornerbacks make more than safeties do and stuff. It's not something he would want to do. He'd probably be pissed if he has to make that transition or if the coaching staff wants to try him out there. But he is so athletic, man, that I feel like he could cover so much field back there. And, like, his biggest thing is never getting his hit around. I would love to see a Woozier back there where he's got everything in front of him. Right. And be able to just react and use that speed and that athleticism. I think it would be good, but that's just me. I would love to see him get a shot at safety.
I would too, but I don't know if I've ever asked you this. What do you feel about Woods as a safety?
Like when we drafted him, I was extremely happy. And I've been pretty optimistic about him the past 2 years. I don't know. I've been optimistic about him. Like, I keep thinking that he's just going to, like, I don't know. I thought he was going to blow up last year.
Yeah.
And he did decent. But I don't know. I think he's average. I think he's a starting safety. He could be a starting safety for half the teams in the league.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be okay with him starting.
Jeff asked this question. If Woozie goes to safety, who are the starting safeties? To me, if you got a Woozier, and this is the last year of his deal, and you change his position, you almost have to start him because you want to see what you got.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to just move him and then let him go next year, there's no point of moving him.
Yeah.
Now you're putting somebody in there who doesn't have experience on the spot, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
So if they move him back there, they got to see what they got. Is he our safety for the future or not? Now, I believe Woods' contract is up next year too, so now you risk losing Woods. But if a Woods is the safety of the future, then that's just a part of business. But I think it would be a Woozy and HaHa if they moved them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is HaHa along with him. I was trying to see if there was any recent updates on that topic from anyone out there in the Cowboys world, but
I don't think we're going to get anything about that until we actually see them on the field.
3 days ago, Marcus Mosher posted the Cowboys' updated cornerback depth chart. They had 8 cornerbacks listed. It started off starting from number 1 going down. It had a Woozier, Diggs, Brown, Lewis, Worley, Robinson, Goodwin, Westry.
Okay. Oh, Westry.
Yeah, okay. Number 8, Westry, number 8. But so they had Lewis at 4, which is kind of where I keep thinking he's going to end up. Worley at 5, though. I don't know. I'd like to see Worley bumped up that list for sure.
I could see Worley at 1 or 5. Like, I think it's an all in or at the bottom.
Yeah. And John Owning said, I really think there's a chance the Cowboys keep 7 cornerbacks, with Goodwin being mainly a special teamer. So there's another Cowboys dude vouching for a Goodwin, and a Woozier, Worley having some position flex to play safety.
That sounds to me like they're on the same page with Hellman that was short at safety.
It's starting to add up a little bit from around the organization.
That would hurt a lot of fans if that happened. I see Jeff is asking, does that mean I'm taking Woods off the field? Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You can't move a Woods to safety and not start him.
Yeah. And then Kyle Yeoman's just what's the date today?
Today's the 30th.
30th, yeah. So just not too long ago, just earlier in the last week, he said the safety spot's going to benefit heavily from the addition of Clinton Dix and even the added depth at cornerback. Now, one of those bodies like Worley or a Woozier could slide back. Should be fun. And he put the little eyes emoji. So there's Worley or a Woozier, again, with the possibility of sliding back to safety. So it's that talk's starting to come up. I didn't notice it, but now that I'm searching for it, there's been some talk of it over this past week from multiple sources.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a lot to watch when training camp really opens up. The topics are starting to come in, which is good for us. we had a lot more to talk about than I thought we would. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next between now and next week. Hopefully it's good stuff. And I think we're about to close out. But before we go, want to let you guys know that in the next week or so, we're going to be doing a show with the UK. Am I saying UK Cowboys? Is that right? Or was it Cowboys UK?
UK Cowboys. Yeah.
We're going to be doing a show with the UK Cowboys, doing a collaboration with them. They came on with us. I think it was our second episode. So we're going to return the favor and get online with the guys from across the pond. So you guys make sure you watch that. Your boy Sid, DC4L, he came and joined us tonight. We're also going to be doing something with him shortly. And we got a couple other things that we have planned coming up during training camp. So make sure you guys continue to stick with us and follow us. And we appreciate all you guys' support. So yeah, like you said, Kerry, you're right. He showed signs as a rookie. And I watched him a lot in college. He looked amazing in college.
Yeah.
But he looked like a safety to me.
Yeah, he did too. I thought he was going to be I thought they was going to make him a safety as a rookie.
Yeah.
Honestly. But we'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he's got a perfect skill set to be a good safety, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, no guarantees on the date or anything. It'll happen. I'm just not sure what date, but Lincoln Coleman, I'm texting with him. I just got to figure out a date and everything. Former Cowboys running back up to Emmitt Smith, Super Bowl champion, and the second time we beat the Bills. So Lincoln Coleman was a part of that roster, the backup to Emmitt Smith. He had a big game against Miami in that snow game, if y'all remember that. Lincoln Coleman should be coming on at some point over this next week or 2 or 3.
Okay. Before you guys go, help us get our subscribers up on YouTube. Lambo and I both, Cowboys y'all for Lambo, Bluff City Cowboys for me. We're trying to get this thing bigger and better. We need you guys' support. Also, make sure you hit up our cash apps. I know you guys have noticed a little bit. I tried to upgrade the graphics a little bit, so I'm trying to do more. I see Kerry Teagle put something about Lincoln Coleman. He's the truth, funny but factual. That should be an interesting episode. I don't know if you guys remember Lincoln Coleman, but he's a character.
Yeah, I was gonna say character too.
I think you guys are gonna enjoy that one.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun
for sure
to talk to.
So yeah, guys, thank you for rocking with us. We appreciate all you guys' support. All my social media, Bluff City Cowboys, YouTube, Facebook, IG, Bluff Cowboys on Twitter. Lambo, what's your social media?
Facebook.com/Cowboys Y'all, Twitter/Cowboys Y'all, YouTube/Cowboys Y'all, Instagram/Cowboys Y'all 88. What am I forgetting? Patreon's a good one. /Cowboys Y'all.
All right, so this was week 1 of our training camp talk with the Cowboy Zone. Be sure to stick with us over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be doing more training camp talk, and we're also going to be doing some collaborations. So again, thank you guys for joining us. I'm Marcus. This is Lambo, and you guys have been watching the Cowboy Zone. Thank you for joining us.
See y'all next week.